macroscopically, there's my organ of filtration, my kidney, and there is the connective tissue covering my renal capsule, collagen, right? We cut through the kidney, and there we can see the outer cortex and the inner medulla. Microscopically, the human part is where you'll see the nephron, the minor calyx, the major calyx, etc. So notice human cat different, macro, micro. Right? There, we just chopped off right there, is a tube that runs from the kidney down to the bladder. There's my bladder. That tube is called the ureter. Ureter, ER. There's my bladder, and the tube that runs out of the bladder is the urethra. THRA. Again, language, ladies and gentlemen, please don't make that mistake. Alright, so macroscopically, kidney, ureter, bladder, urethra, and that's it. There's a lot more detail on the human side, is what I'm saying. Right? Finally, reproductive systems. Now let's see what happened here. This was all intact like this. This was all closed up like this. So let's put everything back like that. So what we had to actually do was to cut a lot of structures, and I had to break the pelvic girdle. So I had to break the pubic symphysis and the sacroiliac joints to open it up like that. There's the scrotum, left scrotum, right scrotum, and in the right scrotum I can still see a testis right there. So there's the left scrotum, and we took out a testis or a testicle right there. So the testis is the organ of sperm production. We cut through it, and we can see this better on the human. There is the seminiferous tubules. I can't see an individual seminiferous tubule. That is the actual location of sperm production. So again, language, right? Okay. Then we have this comma-like structure. There's this comma-like structure that wraps around the testis there and there. And that is called the epididymis right there. So sperm is produced here and then goes into epididymis to become motile, to be able to move. And if that sperm is not used, it is going to be dissolved in the epididymis. Alright? So coming off the epididymis is going to be the ductus deferens, or the vas deferens right there. Thin tube. And the vas deferens is enclosed by that thick collagen tube. Thick collagen, so protective function. And that is called the spermatic cord. Alright? So if we tilt this back there, we can see there is the thin tube, vas deferens, there is the thick tube, spermatic cord. Right? Spermatic cord and vas deferens runs, and there is my body cavity. There's my oblique, my abdominal muscles. So that is outside. So they run whoop into that. But when we tilt this back, we see that there's a hole right there. So right there. And that hole right there is called the inguinal canal. Or inguinal canal. Remember, that's where inguinal hernia occurs in men. Alright? So the inguinal canal is where the spermatic cord stops on the outside and the vas deferens continues inside. Now the other thing too, folks, here, there are 4 tubes in there. Vas deferens is prominent. The others, we didn't do a good job of staining that, but the others would be pink testicular artery, blue testicular vein, and cream testicular nerve. And there you can see there's the testicular artery running up and the nerve right there. Right, you can see it running up there. We're not interested in that, we're interested in this. So there is my vas deferens looping on the left-hand side behind my bladder. And here is the vas deferens on the right-hand side looping behind the bladder. Vas deferens, or ductus deferens, right? Both terms are the same. We tilt the bladder back. There's my urethra, and there's my prostate gland. And actually what happens here, folks, is we've saved it on this side, I think, my vas deferens runs into the prostate gland right there. So it joins the prostate. There's my prostate right there. Which means that this urethra carries only urine. And the prostate forward, that urethra can either carry urine or can carry seminal fluid. Alright? Then there, at the base of the cat's penis, is the bulbourethral gland. So there's on the left-hand side, and there it is on the right-hand side. And there's the body of the cat's penis. And I wasn't paying attention because I bobbitized this cat. Scissors, just, it was Colleen's fault actually. She and Courtney, they distracted me and whoops. But we saved it. Never fear, because there it is, because we saved it. Right there. And there is the body of the cat's penis, folks, and there is the gland's penis, right there, which is stuck right there, which is nice. Now, if you didn't know this or the other night, I don't know if Alex told you, but the cat's gland's penis is barbed. Like thorns on it. Okay. That is the penis, gland's penis. It has barbs on it like that, folks. Like the rose bush, ladies, you like roses. What the heck? Like you like the rose. Like the thorns of the rose. And I didn't know this till way back in time. One of my students came from was Virginia Tech. You know, a student said, hey, check the barbs on. Oh, wait. There it is. Very small. Barbs on it, but you can feel it. You can actually feel if you run your fingers over that. And what do those barbs do? During sexual intercourse, there's the gland's penis. During sexual intercourse, the male cat penetrates the female cat, and when he pulls out, what happens to those barbs? They bite into the vaginal canal. And someone said, well, if it's hurt, I don't know, folks, but I haven't been stuck by thorns in my life, and thorns hurt. And what that does is, when that bites into the vaginal canal, it stimulates her to ovulate. So she's ovulating, and sperm is moving up the reproductive tract. So that is almost an assured way of getting fertilized. Right? And then finally, there is the foreskin right there. There's the foreskin. Commonly called the foreskin right there. And that is the prepuce. And we can remove that foreskin in us by circumcision. Right? Male reproductive system.